Confessio Belgica, Episode 7. Idque non tam quod ecclesia illos pro canonicis recipiat et comprobet, quam quod Spiritus Sanctus nostris conscientiis testetur, illos a Deo emanasse, et eo maxime quod ipsi etiam per se sacram hanc suam autoritatem et sanctitatem testentur, atque comprobent, quum et ipsi caeci rerum omnium quae in illis scriptis praedictae fuerunt, implectionem et executionem clarere conspicere, et veluti sensibus percipere possent. In the previous episode, the author of the Confession, Debray, is talking about the books which are received as canonical. That was the end of Article 4 and part of Article 5. And id, meaning the nature of the canon, non tam, not so much because the Church accepts recipiat them, illos, meaning illos libros, the enumerated books, as canonical books, and approves them, comprobet and recipiat are both subjunctive. Non tam, not so much as because, so non tam quod quam quod, not so much because the Church does this, but because the Holy Spirit, Spiritus Sanctus, masculine, singular, and nominative, but because the Holy Spirit to our consciences, nostris conscientiis, feminine, plural, and dative, the Holy Spirit to our consciences testifies, testetur, that they, illos, meaning the libros, that they from God have emanated, they have descended, they have come down. Like recipiat and comprobet, testetur is also subjunctive, from the first conjugation deponent verb, testor, testari. Emanasse is the perfect infinitive of the verb emano, emanare. It's a first conjugation verb. This is a syncopated form because instead of e ma na wise, it has been shortened by the removal of this syllable, which is very common. And here comes another reason, all the more so, eo maxime, or especially for this reason, namely that, quote, they themselves, i.e. ipsi libri, the actual books themselves also, per se, of their own accord, they both testify to, testentur, and comprobent, approve or confirm, this holy authority, sacram hanc suam autoritatem, their own holy authority, and their holiness, sanctitatem. Both autoritatem, which can also be spelled auctoritatem, a classical form, are both feminine, singular, and accusative, both of these third declension abstract nouns. And now a reason is given with this quum. There are two forms one will commonly encounter, quum and cum. Quum is an alternative spelling of cum, and it is typically used when the word in question is a conjunction, in which case cum is reserved for the prepositional uses. This is very common in texts of the time and takes a little bit of getting used to, since in classical authors it is nearly always cum for both meanings. Now cum or quum with the subjunctive, possent, can be causal, temporal, or concessive. I believe this one is causal, meaning because. Because even the blind themselves, ipsi caeci, there's our masculine, plural, and nominative subject, even the blind themselves, rerum omnium, of all those things, quae in illis scriptis praedictae fuerunt, which in those writings were predicted, that is, prophesied, even the blind themselves, the fulfillment, impletionem, et executionem, and the coming to pass, or the execution, we might say, clearly they can see and, as it were, perceive veluti with their senses. And then possent here has both of these infinitives, conspicere and percipere, dependent upon it. So the objects of conspicere and percipere are impletionem and executionem. the fulfillment and execution of all of those things which are predicted in the Scriptures. So then there is an evidentialist understanding here. Even the blind can realize that the Scriptures reliably predict what will or what has in fact come to pass. This is the front of a French edition of the Belgic Confession published in 1566.